thing. So
Yeah.
what instrument do you play? Tell the people what instrument you play.
Well, now if you let me tell it,
Talk
I
to
play
me.
all kinds of
You
instruments.
play all kinds. Okay.
But now
Okay.
if you let people tell it. My people tell it. I play the keyboard.
Okay. Okay.
But if I could play the drum, I would play the drum.
You will play drums.
You know, I played the trumpet a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
I played the violin when I was younger.
Sure.
You know,
sure.
you know, all kids dabble in,
Oh, yeah.
instruments.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't really say I'm fluent at those.
Right. Right.
But you know, I do play the piano or whatever.
Okay.
And I enjoy doing that. I
Right.
think without playing that, I couldn't really say musically, you know, where I would be because it's such, I depend on it so much.
Sure. Sure.
You know, a lot of singers, I don't know how they do it. Singers that just sing and
That
they
just
don't play
sing.
the piano.
Right.
I'd be like, I'm amazed.
Right.
Like, to understand that thought process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know when I'm singing, I envision the piano
Sure.
in front of me. You know
Sure.
what I mean? So
Sure.
it's like, it amazes me. But it aids me. You know, the piano aids me in the writing process.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Writing music and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know, I have a little board set up at my house. So, you know, if I wake up in the middle of the night or if I'm, you know, coming out the shower and I'm singing something in the shower and then I hear this melody, it's like I can immediately go to the piano
and play it.
Mm-hmm. And for some people, they sing what they hear first.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's always I play it first and then the words kind of come after.
Because I can identify with both.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I played the drums or what have you and everything, but I've always had this bend towards music and towards singing as well.
Right.
But as you talked about playing, now I'm not proficient or as fluent as my instrument when I was a kid.
Right.
But do you think it's easier to write as a musician?
Oh yeah. I mean,
talk about that. How is it easier for you to write if you could play if you don't play and you just sing?
For me, like I don't hear the melodies just singing them.
Okay.
9 times out of I can listen to all of the music that I've written and I can tell how I got it.
Okay.
Whether it was from playing it first or from singing it first.
Awesome.
And when I listen to other artists, I can tell the same thing.
Wow.
Because songs that are, you know, heavy piano, you can tell that the piano was first.
It was first, yes.
And then they create the melody on top. A song that I think, well, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that Imagine Me. You ever heard that song?
Sure.
Kurt Franklin.
Oh yeah.
Now the piano part is like the dominant part of the song.
Yes, exactly.
And then the lyrics and the melody kind of ride on top of it. So you can kind of tell that melody was established based on the piano first.
Yes.
So that's how 90% of the songs that I write or that God gives me, that's how I get them. It's from the piano first.
Right.
I'll sit with it for a while. Sometimes I'll shelf it. Sometimes I'll write a song on the piano and then I just cannot think of the word.
Right.
So it'll sit there for a couple weeks, couple months, and then I'll come back to it, and God will give me these lyrics, and I'll just like put it together, or it'll be two different thoughts, put them together, and then we got a song. So,
right.
But I mean that's the writing process for me. I know everybody's different. But,
yeah, sure.
I just find a lot of comfort, you know, sitting behind that piano and just go on with it.
And plus, you can also find that as a time of the words and the song ministering to you, so that you can effectively minister the song to others when you're out in public. You know, after God has allowed that song to bless your heart. You know, and that's interesting. So you mentioned the tour, and when you mentioned the tour, I was interested to know how did that go for you, and who, you know, if you want to mention, you said a few other people were with you on the tour. How did that come about and everything?
The tour came about. Regina Skeeters is actually headlining the tour with me.
Okay, awesome.
So it's me and her, and a couple of our friends just in different spots, wherever, you know, whatever happens, whoever comes, they come. We actually had the first stop was in Orangeburg on the 21st of January. And that was, I mean, it was great. Hundreds of people came out. Okay. Actually, a good friend of ours, Daniel Johnson from Israel and Newbury, he was around the area, so he stopped by. Wow. And he's awesome. And we had the college choirs from South Carolina State and Claflin, they were there.
Okay.
So I mean, it was a great turnout, and it was the first leg of the tour, so it was new.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it really turned out to be a great thing.
Cool.
So we took a break in February because she had a lot of things going on. I had a lot of things going on.
Okay.
In March, we're kicking back off. Starting in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
We have a date in Florence, South Carolina.
Florence, okay.
We have some things coming up in Atlanta, Augusta.
Wow.
Richmond, Virginia, Tallahassee, Florida. I mean, it's going.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's gonna be a great tour. Well, it has been a great tour so far.
Right.
And I know God really has His hand on it.
Sure.
And
sure.
Regina is awesome.
Yeah. So I've heard her music as well.
She's awesome.
Yes.
And I think she's working on a project right now too. So I can't
Sounds good. Right.
So I mean, it's just a lot going on in the city.
Sounds like it.
And I'm excited. I'm excited about it. The whole life.
The whole thing that's happening. The whole journey that God is taking you on. That's good to go. So let me ask you this. You're busy, you play, you sing, you write, you're traveling. So what does Kenny do to retreat, relax, and refresh? Because I understand, when you're going and you don't have much time to rest properly, you may be, eating on that on the road food, as they would say, because you're stopping here and there onto your next place to go and to sing and what have you. But what do you do to relax and wind down?
Well, I don't really relax and wind down.
Really?
I guess if anything, I sit at home.
Really?
And I turn my phone on silent, or I just relax at home. I mean, because home is my retreat.
Okay.
So I enjoy being home alone.
Wow.
My brother lives with me, but we home.
That's
When
it.
we don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
I'm home.
So you're relaxing at home, just not doing anything.
Not doing anything.
And that's how you rejuvenate.
And I have a few therapeutic things that I do. Like
sure.
I enjoy cleaning.
Sure. Okay.
So
okay.
If I'm home and I just start cleaning, and that kind of brings me down.
Right.
Or I have my keyboard set up.
Okay.
Just play for a few hours. Or something like that. So, but I enjoy the road so much. I enjoy ministry so much.
Right.
So it's like being at home is cool for like a day. But after that, it's like
you're ready.
You start feeling it.
I
have to have it. I'm ready to go back out. It's just it's a great experience, and then I'm doing it with great people.
Right. That makes it better.
Yeah. The crew is awesome. And the crew is my group of singers and band and all that.
Okay.
And they are all of them, I've been friends with them for years.
Awesome.
Some of them I met during college. My sister sent to me, so I met her when she was born.
right.
But I mean, we are genuinely friends.
Right. But that's awesome.
Right. So it's not necessarily, our relationships aren't based on the music. And that makes it a better experience. You know what I mean?
That's a huge point.
Right.
That's a huge point, because you definitely need the chemistry, but you also need when the music stops. You don't need strife.
Right.
You don't need headaches behind the scene, and you try to minister through that when you know things are not as well as they should be.
Right.
It sounds like you have the perfect mix of friends and God blessing the relationship and taking it even further, so you guys can sing and do what you love to do.
Right.
That's awesome right there. So we've talked about the music, we've talked about the ministry, we've talked about how you relax. Now tell me a little bit more about the song that just jumps out at you on your project. Do you have a favorite song? All of them are, just.
People have asked me this before.
Yeah.
And I never really give an answer.
Okay. I can understand it.
I mean, I enjoyed the whole project. I guess each song puts me back where I was when it was written.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can identify with each song. Like when we play Great God, I remember where I was when God gave me that song. He did it for me, or Perfect Place, or something like that. It's like I remember all of these different situations, or,
right?
You know, because a lot of the music that I write is based on experiences.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't. A lot of people write songs that are pulling me through songs. I say that because some songs, the subject matter is more so about God being there for you, and He's gonna help you make it. And I'm with that. You know what I mean? I love music like that. It's very encouraging.
Sure.
I write a lot of songs that describe who God is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's what gets me. It's like I can be in any situation in my personal life.
Sure.
It's obsolete because I know who God is.
Because you know who God is.
You know what I mean? So it's some people can write about that situation, but I write about the solution.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, you know, a lot of the songs that I write just describe who He is, how He is, what He does.
Awesome.
You know, His goodness, Him being great, and the things that He's already done for us. You know what I mean? And I guess when I think about those things, it just flows. You know, he puts something in me and it comes out. But I don't know. You know, going back to your question, if I had a favorite song, I don't know.
You know, it's I love the way you described your sound. See, I've just heard you give us an understanding of your sound and how God has uniquely placed you in the body to say, you know what, I want to hear. I like for Kenny to let you guys know through his music just who I am.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter. Like you said, that's where that whole scripture that Paul wrote comes in. Right. You know, I learned to be content. Right. In whatever state I'm in, I am content. Right. I can be abased. Right. I can be abound. Right. And that is something that's not heard too often. Right. You know what I'm saying?